No gavel, no badge, no throne, no crown can stop Lord Chippy from burning them down. Justice ain't fast, justice ain't clean. It's a long, sharp road through the in-between. So raise your fists and light your flames. Chippy's coming and he don't play games.
All right, so a New Jersey man has been indicted in the beating of a dad who his family says was just, trying to protect his baby girl when he passed away. A grand jury has indicted a Cumberland County man on charges that he took the life of another father after a dispute involving their teenage children. Eric D. Hanna, 55, of Vinland, is accused of taking the life of Louis Gust Serbiak, 54, of Millville during an April 20th brawl at the Hanna's residence. Now, Hanna's 17-year-old son is also charged in the death. The father and son struck Serbiak with a metal bat and a large flashlight after the victim went to their residence to confront the younger Hanna for allegedly laying hands on his daughter earlier that day. So dad goes over there because she learns he is told by daughter that boyfriend laid hands on him. Boyfriend's father beat the tar to death out of the girlfriend's father. Now, Guy Serbiak's obituary described him as a legend, stating that his death is just one more myth that will define his legendary life. In his final act, Serbiak laid down his life to do what he does best, to protect his family, to protect his baby girl, the obituary said. Eric Hanna was originally charged with first-degree counts of murder and conspiracy to commit murder, along with second-degree aggravated assault and a weapons offense. But the grand jury did not indict him on the murder charges. Last week, the grand jury indicted Hanna on charges of first-degree aggravated manslaughter, second-degree conspiracy to commit aggravated assault, second-degree aggravated assault, third-degree possession of a weapon for an unlawful purpose, and fourth-degree unlawful possession of a weapon. Now, Hanna's attorney did not respond for a request for a comment about the indictment. Serbiak's daughter was in some kind of relationship with Hanna's son, Cumberland County Assistant Prosecutor Kathy Wilson said during a May court hearing. Now, the father told her daughter about the alleged, DV, and Serbiak went with her to the Hanna home on Easter Sunday to speak with the family. Police said that Serbiak and Eric Hanna were longtime friends. Serbiak was met at the door by the teen charged in the case. The juvenile defendant came out and immediately threw punches at the victim, Wilson said. Hanna's daughter did record some of this incident. Now, the juvenile defendant then went to retrieve some kind of bat, which is seen on a cell phone video taken by the defendant's daughter, and he was attacking the victim with the bat. Now, the video shows Serbiak holding the boy on the ground and the boy continuing to hit him with the bat. Prosecutors said the teen suffered facial injuries in the incident. Eric Hanna is seen on the video holding a large metal flashlight, and Serbiak's daughter told the investigators that he hit her father in the head multiple times with it looks like this was probably a mag light. Those are very, very heavy and could be an incredible weapon. So absolutely, those could be considered deadly or fatal weapons with how much weight they have behind them. Now, the video doesn't show Eric striking him with a flashlight. However, a noticeable mark found on Serbiak's head matches the imprint from the flashlight. Now, the teen has also been accused of striking Serbiak's daughter in the head during the fight. Now, when the Serbiaks tried to leave, the teen started hitting Serbiak's car with a hammer. At that point, Serbiak said he couldn't breathe and collapsed. Unfortunately, he passed away while being transported to the hospital. Now, Eric Hanna wasn't involved in the fight and didn't strike anyone, according to his attorney, William Popenjoy. During the May hearing, the father came outside after the incident was over and tried to defuse the situation, the attorney said. Now, Hanna does remain jailed pending trial and is due back in court September 8th for a post-indictment arraignment hearing. His son was also charged with homicide and weapon offenses, along with aggravated assault and for striking the daughter. Prosecutors weighed whether to try him as an adult or not. Now, at the time of the incident, the elder Hanna was already on pretrial release in another unrelated case involving charges that he possessed crystal and ghost guns, which are firearms without serial numbers. Now, weapons recovered from his home in that case included 2 shotguns and a rifle. He was also charged with possession of large capacity ammunition magazines. He was indicted on 5 counts in that case and entered a plea of not guilty on those charges. But this looks like a case, and I hope it's streamed because this is insane. Now, I hate drunk drivers. I don't I don't like them. I hate it. I think it's one of the most selfish, entitled crimes that anyone could ever do because you know that you are messed up and getting behind a potentially dangerous weapon. A 6-year-old boy was left mangled by a minivan that plowed through a Pennsylvania station or festival as an intoxicated female driver has been ID'd. Yes, Daryl Brooks' life partner, his well, his Harley Quinn, if you will, has been found. Put them both in a cell and never let them drive again. An erratic driver who plowed through a Pennsylvania festival while she was allegedly under the influence left a 6-year-old boy critically injured with extensive injuries, including a broken jaw and lacerated spleen, officials said on Tuesday. Now, the driver has been identified as 37-year-old Elizabeth Ann Bohr and was allegedly speeding past multiple barracks in a red minivan and careened down 5 blocks of stalls while at the Kipona Festival in Harrisburg that was happening over Labor Day weekend. During her out-of-control rampage, she struck 3 people, including a wheelchair-bound woman and a man who tried to stop the car, along with this young boy, sending all 3 of them to the hospital. The boy suffered a fractured pelvis, broken jaw, lacerated spleen, and 2 broken ribs, according to a criminal complaint filed Tuesday. He is still in critical condition. Now, the other 2 adults are stable but injured. At the scene, she was belligerent and aggressive toward officers surrounding her minivan. She was taken to the hospital after authorities observed that she appeared to be out of it and gave verbal and visual indicators that she was under the influence. Now, her minivan, adorned with stickers that read, "Hella kids up in here," was nearly totaled at the end of her berserk blitz through the festival. The airbags had actually, deployed, and the hood was dented with one headlight nearly shattered completely. I mean, what a dunce. Now, horrified witnesses said they had no idea that the car was heading toward them until bystanders started screaming and scurrying out of the way. This car came flying down through here fast, no yelling or anything, just flying through this. Lolly Bouviard, a vendor at the festival, told ABC 27. Harrisburg Mayor Wanda Williams assured that she will be working with city law enforcement and public works along with festival organizers to better ensure that Harrisburg events will never be overshadowed by fear again. Let me be clear, Harrisburg will not tolerate reckless disregard for human life. Our police and emergency responders acted swiftly and courageously, and the individual responsible is now in custody. Justice will be pursued to the fullest extent of the law, Harrisburg Mayor Wanda Williams said in a statement. Now, she is being held at the Dauphin County Prison on a $350,000 bond. She faces 9 counts total for charges including aggravated assault by vehicle, recklessly endangering another person, and driving under the influence, according to Harrisburg police. The Kipona Festival has been held in Harrisburg every year since 1916, and it started as a simple water carnival and has since advanced to a full-on palooza complete with vendors, rides, performances, and all in recognition of the nation's or the region's Native American heritage. So I just lock her away and, throw away the key. Same with this douche canoe. You're a douche. A lawmaker who tried to gouge his wife's eyes out, run his daughter off the road in a big truck, has resigned after pleading guilty. Well, sure as hell hope you would have. A 46-year-old Oklahoma state representative will not be spending any time behind bars for a series of DV incidents that included him trying to gouge his wife's eyes out and running his wife and 16-year-old daughter off the road. Douche McDoucheface. We're going to need to send this man directly to the sun because Lord Chippy would get sick with him. Pawnee County District Judge Patrick Pickernell last week handed down a 1-year suspended sentence to Republican Representative Ty Burns after he pled guilty to 1 misdemeanor count of DV and 2 misdemeanor counts of assault, authorities announced. In addition, Burns will be required to complete a batter's intervention program as part of his sentence. These are serious charges, Attorney General Genter Drummond said in a statement. While there's no excuse for DV, I am encouraged that the representative has taken responsibility for his actions and will receive counseling under terms of his sentence. DV is tragically all too common in our state and must be stopped. So you gave him a suspended sentence. You're doing great. It's not important if he's doing a suspended sentence. The Office of the Attorney General took on the case against Burns filed in November 2024 and April 2025 after Pawnee County District Attorney Mike Fisher recused his office from prosecuting Burns. After formally pleading guilty to all criminal charges, Burns resigned from the legislature effective August 1st. It is in the best interest of the people I serve in House District 35, and most importantly, my family, to step down from my position, he said in a statement. I take full responsibility for my actions, and I'm going to counseling with my family. Although not an excuse for my actions, I am receiving intensive treatments for issues from military service that I have long ignored as a problem. According to a probable cause affidavit obtained by Law and Crime, Burns and his wife on April 24th got into an argument that culminated with him showing up at a home in Morrison, a city some 80 miles northeast of Oklahoma City, where there were at least 2 young children present and being verbally abusive towards his wife and pushing her around. Now, the couple's 16-year-old daughter was also in the home along with another adult female. When the other female attempted to leave the home with the children in her van, police said that Burns came storming out of nowhere and started shaking the van, pushing it, and also opened and slammed doors. Ty Burns started screaming at Redacted, "Get the F out of here. I hate you. You caused all of these problems." Burns told Redacted to get the F out of there and that she would be sorry if she stayed. Redacted thought Burns was going to hurt her. Now, when the van pulled away, authorities said Burns got into his big truck and started chasing. The affidavit said he came really close to the van, got to the side of the van, and tried to make them leave off the road. And this man deserves a suspended sentence. I don't like it when Republicans do it. I don't like it when Democrats do it. How about we take out the trash? How about when someone shows that they are a garbage human, you call it out as garbage and don't give them a suspended sentence because they happen to be on your side of the, team sport that is politics? How about we call out trash behavior no matter who does it and say that it's not acceptable on either side? But I know that's too much for our political, theater that is what it is. So, it is strange when I am the voice of reason. Now, again, he was able to finally overtake the van, stopping in the road, blocking the vehicle from moving forward, and demanding that his daughter get out of the car. "I'm going to make sure you go down," he screamed at her. I'm going to, red rum you." In a recording of the incident taken from inside the van, one of the occupants can be heard saying, "He's literally following us in the truck. He's chasing us, like he's literally about to red rum us." The driver of the van said she believed she'd hurt her back and head when Burns ran them off of the road and they hit a ditch. Now, during the investigation, Burns' wife told investigators about a separate incident that took place during Thanksgiving 2024 when she said that Burns got mad at her because she made plans to do something with a friend. After telling Burns that he was too controlling and that she was going to her friends anyway, he attacked her, per the affidavit. He allegedly followed his wife into the bathroom and was pointing at his wife, then forcefully tried to take her eyes out with his finger. He broke a blood vessel in his wife's eye, and as a result of her eye injury, she could not work the whole next week. A family friend confirmed to have seen Burns' wife with the eye injury too. So, miss me with this, he gets excellent counseling, because as someone who's been in a relationship with someone going through the parole counseling that they give you, it is nothing more than collecting money for fees and doing some worksheets. Yes, you get out of it what you put in, and if someone is really, wanting to put in the effort and change their lives, yes, it can work. But it's more important to the, justice system that we get those fees in on time. And if you think that's not true, have someone who's a little late on their fees get their parole revoked when they've done everything right and have no other reasons. The county wants their fees. So, yeah, if he's going to actually get real good therapy, but he still needs to go behind bars because this is not acceptable. It's not acceptable if he's conservative, libertarian, Democrat, Republican. I don't care. None of it's acceptable. He needs to be in jail. I know this is not a political thing, but it pisses me off when we decided to play team sports to excuse stupid and evil. But that has been Lord Chippy in a nutshell. Well, in a nutcase. Today.